I made a list of goals. I wanted to be a famous singer, have long hair, be less emotional, and a big friend group always surrounding me. These goals have definitely changed over these past 4 years. Let me explain how I am currently. I have absolutely no interest in being famous. I cut my hair off almost entirely. I feel that emotional people are lucky, and I'm independent. Of course, my personal changes over these past 4 years are many. However, today, I want to share my emotional process during these changes. It seems like everyone goes through that phase where they want to be famous. They want to have fans and be a prime member of society. I've wanted to be a famous singer for at least 6 years now. However, as I've grown up and learned more about myself, I've learned that being the center of attention is not something I'm interested in, because I've also discovered that I'm a very private person. I enjoy keeping to myself and working in silence. If I was ever famous, I would not be able to handle the media trying to be a part of my personal life all the time. Of course, I still have a passion for singing and writing, and I want to put my voice and music out in the world. But I won't become the superstar celebrity that 10-year-old Morgan wished to be, and I'm completely at peace with that. All my life, I've worn long hair. I've gone back and forth between straightening and braiding it, trying to make it more lengthy. However, as many of you have noticed, just last summer, I cut my hair off almost entirely. Now, I have no idea what people think about my hair, but I do know that one question that most people have is why. So I'm going to answer that question. I cut my hair because, just like publicity, I realized that long hair just wasn't for me. And after all those years of straightening and braiding, I also realized that I had no relationship with my natural curls. So I decided to cut my hair and go natural. When I made this decision, I got the same amount as compliments as I got lifts, but I never regretted it. And ever since then, my hair life has been way easier, and I feel proud to show my roots through my hair every day. 10-year-old Morgan hated being alone. She had to always be socializing, and if not that, in a social environment. But, full disclosure, as a result of being dependent on the people around me, I had low self-esteem. I wasn't self-motivated at all. And as it got harder and my relationships changed, it became obvious that this was a problem. I started realizing that I can't just follow my friends to the finish line. I have to really work towards my goals by myself and for myself. So every day, I really work on seeing myself as an individual. I put myself first, I follow behind nobody, and I can motivate myself to do almost anything. Something I always want to remember is that growing up means following your own path, even if that means you're walking alone sometimes. In fact, one thing I found confidence in being alone in is my feelings. Something I have to admit is that I've always been a crier. Whenever I leave someone or somewhere, I always feel a strike of sadness and loss, big or small. I've seen this as a bad thing for a long time because I felt that I was the only one feeling that way. But also because to others, I felt that I seemed weak and powerless. But it's only just recently that I realized that being emotional forces me to see and experience the beauty and pain of life. And to be completely honest, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing. Being emotional makes my connections stronger, and it allows me to show how much I care. Of course, sometimes it's painful. But to live an exciting and fulfilling life, it's definitely worth it. Even now, in my last year at Butler, I get emotional thinking about leaving. I acknowledge the first day of school and the last picture day with all my friends together. I savor my last soccer season, last Halloween dance, last winter break, and many other final occasions as a senior. But it's all because I've enjoyed my time at Butler so much and built such strong connections with my class that it hurts to think about leaving them. As you all have probably noticed, I haven't accomplished a single thing on this list. Not even close, actually. The person that I wanted to be and the things I wanted to do have changed a lot since then. And now, I have new things that I wish to do in the future. I would like to leave you all with this. As time goes on, our ideas and wishes for the future will change. Someday, maybe not too far from now, you might find yourself somewhere you never thought you'd be. Or maybe, you'll find yourself somewhere better than you've ever imagined. Thank you.